Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Pro Plays YouTube channel. Today is Tuesday. It's March 18th, and I'm back breaking down some college basketball picks for the play-in games. We have play-in games on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we have the real deal, the March Madness tournament starting on Thursday. Both days off work complete. I will be probably drinking all day, eating good food, and watching basketball all day with friends and family. Will be very fun on Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll see if we can just keep doing the same thing. That would be great. But we have to do that. We have to do the play-in games on Tuesday. We have to break down the entire March Madness bracket. So it's going to be kind of a long video. I'm thinking 12 minutes. I'm going to try to go quick on the bracket. But let's talk about the games first. We are going to do everything on FanDuel because I did say we will start with $50 for every game in March Madness, see where we end up. I was debating on whether I start on the play-in games or if I wait for the final tournament. I am going to wait until Thursday to do the $50 for every bet. What will happen on Wednesday night? It'll be the same thing. We'll go to the NCAA March Madness picks, and I'll just go one by one, picking, and I'll put the bets in, and we'll see what happens. But I'm very excited for that. For the play-in games on Tuesday, we have Alabama State going up against St. Francis, -3.5 for Alabama State. I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about either of these teams, but I am going to take Alabama State minus the 3.5. I'm looking at the team overall. Memphis, we have Penny Hardaway, a Memphis player from that great Memphis team, the Elite Eight run in 1992. He is the head coach. He was a starter for Memphis in 1992. Tony Matlock, the best player or second best player on this Alabama State team, is TJ Matlock, second team SWAC this year. I just think Alabama State has better players. I'm looking at the St. Francis team. It's a really good story. They hired a head coach. He was an assistant. Now he's a head coach. He's been with the team since God knows how long, 1990s. First bid since 19-something, might be the first bid they've had over the last 30 years. But Riley Parker is their best player on this team. He leads that group in points per game. I just don't see this St. Francis team doing very well in the tournament. And I know that, I kind of like to root for the Cinderella run, the team who has no hope whatsoever of winning. They were picked last in their conference, and they knocked off the top dog in their conference to get here. I just think Alabama State's going to run it up. I don't know anything about these teams. I haven't really watched either of these teams play besides their conference championship games. But I'm going to take Alabama State minus 3.5. It seems like they have the better athletes on that team. Sorry, St. Francis. I just don't know enough about you, which is probably a good reason why I'm not putting $50 on these games. So that's going to be the first play of the day. Second play, we're going North Carolina. I know a lot of people are mad North Carolina did get in over West Virginia. I think West Virginia obviously deserved to get in. Indiana was on the fence. I think Indiana, maybe they deserve to get in over North Carolina. But let's not forget, Ken Palm's the 33 ranked overall team. And I know they went 1-14 against quad one opponents, but this is not a quad one opponent. San Diego State is not a quad one opponent. San Diego State get into the big dance, though, off their playing ability. But North Carolina, the guard play is going to be the big thing in this game. Seth Trimble, he's going to be a big impact in this game going up against SDSU. And I also think that SDSU can possibly just outscore North Carolina at times because Nick Boyd is that transfer from FAU. He made that deep run in the tournament a couple years ago. But Nick Boyd, 13.2 points per game. The guard play is going to be a big thing for both these sides, San Diego State and North Carolina. RJ Davis, though, is the best player on the floor. And you guys know me. Whenever I have two teams that are up in the air, coin flip game, I typically lean towards the team who has the best player. RJ Davis did not play very well going up against Duke. Nobody plays very well going up against Duke. So I think North Carolina is going to play. I think a lot of people are going to fade North Carolina. This number, -4.5, it tells me that North Carolina is the play. This should be like 1.5, 2.5, because everybody's pissed off at North Carolina. This is sharp money coming in on North Carolina here, -4.5. I'm going to take them. -4.5 for North Carolina is going to be the play. Let's put up the NCAA recap. I am going to pick a player props. I'm not going to bet any of these games. I'm waiting until Thursday to put my bets in for the $50. So I'm just giving you guys a little bit of advice heading into the tournament. I would go with UNC minus the 4.5, Alabama State minus 3.5. I'm not betting it. I think it's important. Everybody knows that. I'm going with Seth Trimble over the total points. I think they're going to try to lock Davis up. Seth Trimble's been a very good aggressive guard the entire season, getting himself to the rim, getting himself to the free throw line. Going to be like 9.5 points for him. I would take that over. And then Nick Boyd. They need points from somewhere. North Carolina, not the best defense in the world. I think Nick Boyd could get himself 15, 16, 17 points. Probably going to be 12.5 for the over. But I would go Nick Boyd for SDSU. I don't know enough about Alabama State or San Francisco to do some player props there. So if you're just looking for plays, these are the ones I would go with. Again, not betting them. because I'm going to wait on that. But let's go to the ESPN Men's Tournament Bracket Challenge. It is a mouthful. Yes, it is. But we're going to try to break down every single game. Not going to be long on this. Well, I hope I'm not going to be long on this. But let's go to create another bracket. I've only done 4 brackets. I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like that's pretty good for me. But we're going to start with Auburn going up against whoever they played, and I don't want to have to explain myself on why I'm taking Auburn, so we're just going to go with Auburn, and y'all are just going to be good with it. Next play, we have Creighton going up against Louisville, 2 teams I've watched religiously this season, especially Creighton. I think Creighton, no disrespect to my brother, who is his favorite team, Creighton might be the worst team in college basketball at taking my money. I feel like every time I bet on Creighton, they lose. Every time I bet against Creighton, they win. So I am not a Creighton fan. We're going with Louisville. Louisville's the better overall team anyway. The disrespect they got, they should have been a 4 or 5 seed. They got an 8 seed. That's disrespectful. I understand Creighton, Ryan Cockbrenner, Stephen Ashworth, whatever. Chucky Hepburn is going to lock down Stephen Ashworth. He's not going to make a shot in this game. I'm taking Louisville. Louisville's going to be the play there. This is another game people are going to see upset, 5 against 12. I can see the upset with the 12 seed here, UC Davis. They have a lot of good players, and the defense is spectacular. They forced 23.7% turnovers per possession. So I'm going to go with UC San Diego. Michigan's had a problem turning over the ball the entire season. If you're bringing in a team who's fast, who's athletic, and they turn the ball over 23.7% on the defensive side per possession, I'm going to take them. So this is going to be like a plus 5.5, plus 4.5 kind of spread. UC San Diego is going to be the play there. This one I really wanted to take Yale. I just watched them make 5,000 threes in their championship game going up against Cornell in the second half. Nick Townsend down low. Ketis down low, or Ketis the top of the point guard. He's been good all season long. Apparently, I haven't watched a lot of Yale games, but he was on fire in that game going up against Cornell. I just can't do it. Texas A&M's broken my heart a couple times this season. The guard play for Texas A&M is good with Phelps and Wade Taylor. I think Texas A&M just bullies their way to that win. So I'm taking A&M. Interesting game here. If UNC gets in, I'm still going to take Ole Miss. UNC wins the game. UNC, I believe UNC, when they made that run, they were the last 4 teams in, and they had to play a play-in game, and they went all the way to the championship, I believe. But I'm taking Ole Miss. Ole Miss has a lot of weapons. I will take Ole Miss there. This is a no-brainer. I'm taking Iowa State. I don't know a lot about Lipscomb, but I know a lot about Iowa State. They're going to win that game by 40. Marquette, New Mexico. Weird matchup here. I've been watching a lot of Marquette basketball this season. They made that huge comeback going up against Xavier, and that's really why I want to take them in this game. New Mexico this season, 26-7. They've got a couple really good players. Donovan Dent, he's one of the better point guards in the country this season. They have Jamal Mashburn Jr. JT Toppin left to go to Texas Tech last season, but it's Donovan Dent Jr.'s team now, and I just think Marquette rolls here. I'm going to take Marquette. The defense has been good. Dennis Joplin, Cam Jones. They win that game. Michigan State is my pick to win it all. I'll just get in front of that. Michigan State's going to win that one. Florida dominates. We're going with UConn based on the name only. UConn is going to get their ass kicked by Florida. Oklahoma might have a shot to beat them in this game, but UConn, out of respect only, I do not think they're a good team. Hurley finds a way to get his guys past the first round. Memphis and Colorado State. Memphis is the underdog in this game. I do not care. I watched Memphis play UAB 3 times this season. Every single time UAB, who I thought was the second best team in that conference, every time UAB got to within a point, Memphis just go on a run. They've got great they got great guards. PJ Haggerty, Colby Rogers, Tyrese Hunter, maybe not playing in this game. Walking boot, I saw in the conference championship game. But if they get Hunter back in this one, no brainer Memphis. If they don't, they're still good down low. They still have great guard play. I'm taking Memphis there to advance. Maryland's also one of my favorite picks. I know Grand Canyon's got a lot of noise coming in. I'm taking Maryland. Missouri and Drake, the slowest paced team in the country. The Drake Bulldogs trying to take down Missouri. This is going to be one of the most popular picks for Drake to advance, and I do not care. I'm taking Missouri. Missouri, they can play small, they can play big, they can play fast, they can play slow. Missouri's going to beat Drake in this one. I love Drake. Great story for Drake. Taking Missouri to advance. Tech's going to beat UNC. This is another game. This is the coaching quadrant. Bill Self, Cal, and then Rick over here, Bettina. So we're going to go St. John's, obviously, against Omaha. Sorry, Omaha, you grabbed St. John's. And we're going Arkansas. I think Arkansas will be able to beat Kansas. Kansas is my favorite team, obviously, in the country. But, you got to do what you got to do. I think Arkansas is playing some really good basketball coming in. They have looked dominant in 5 of the 6 games I've seen over the last 6 down the stretch. Kansas, not so much. Did anybody watch Hunter Dickinson in that 1-minute clip against Arizona where his vertical was like half an inch and he just threw the ball out of bounds and nobody running down the court. He's the most unathletic person I've ever seen in my life. The only problem is I can't hate him because he gets 20 and 10. Arkansas all the way. I honestly think Arkansas is just going to simply more athletic players on that Arkansas team. I understand Kansas has a lot of talent. Zeke Mayo, Harris, Colt, Dickinson, KJ, like Soar, they should be good. They're not. They're just not. Arkansas is going to advance. Duke is going to advance. Interesting matchup here. Baylor scoring for Mississippi State, grit defense. I'm going to go State. I've watched Baylor a lot this season. Newcomb might be able to do something for Baylor, but it's just not going to work out. I'm going to take Mississippi State there. Another favorite here for people to advance, Liberty over Oregon. I'm going to take Oregon. Oregon's too good down low. Arizona's going to beat Akron. This is a horrible draw for my Zips. They came back from 17, I believe, or maybe 19 against Miami, Ohio in that champ game to get themselves in here. This is a horrible, horrible draw for them. Arizona's big body down low. They're going to dominate. BYU against VCU. VCU's winning this game. If you've watched BYU play Houston, which I know you have, they just played not that long ago. We took BYU plus 7.5. VCU is Houston without just about 6 points of offense. This is a VCU team who will turn you over. They will pester you the entire game. They will not let you shoot open threes. BYU lives and dies by the three. BYU lives and dies by open shots. This is a VCU team who is going to play great defensively, and they are going to win this game against BYU. VCU advances. Wisconsin, Montana. Saw this one at 18. Now it's like 14.5 for Montana, but we're taking Wisconsin to advance. Another game I think is going to be down to which team makes the most shots, and that's going to be Vanderbilt. I've watched Vanderbilt a lot this season. Jason Edwards, one of the better scorers in the country, doesn't play a lick of defense, and then A.J. Hogarth, the Michigan State transfer. This is a good Vanderbilt team. SEC, they've played in the SEC. They've been battling the SEC. Picked dead last in the SEC, I believe, and they battled their way the entire season, beating some big, big teams on their home court. St. Mary's this season, much better offense, very good defense like always. I just think Vanderbilt wins. St. Mary's in the tournament has not been very good, so we're going to take Vanderbilt for the upset there. Alabama rolls over Robert Morris. Houston rolls. Gonzaga, they are the number 9 KenPom team in the country. This is a horrible, horrible seeding for Gonzaga. Georgia gets a brutal matchup here for Georgia. We're taking Gonzaga to advance. Clemson and McNeese, boy, after what I saw from Clemson against Louisville, I might have to go with Will Wade on this one. Let's take the upset. I don't think I've had a 12 upset yet. We'll go with McNeese there. Clemson can put up 90, but sometimes they put up 40. It's just disgusting to watch Clemson sometimes play basketball. High Point against Purdue. All season long, I've said Purdue is not a good team. Purdue never does well in the tournament, besides unless they win. They usually lose in the first round or they win it all. I'm going with High Point. I've said it all season long. Purdue's not a good team. You stop Trakoff and Wren, and you just pester Smith a little bit, and they're going to lose this game. So I'm taking High Point there to advance. Texas and Xavier, the play-in game, I'm probably going to be looking at Texas to win that game against Xavier, even though Xavier looked really good this season. We're going Illinois to advance on that one. Kentucky rolls over Troy. Actually, it might be a closer game than that. Kentucky defensively horrible this season. UCLA, Utah State. Boy. I'm going to take Utah State. Just looking at the numbers for Utah State this season, UCLA's been bad at times. It's Nick Cronin, though. It's Nick Cronin. UCLA finds a way to win that one. Tennessee advances. This one, Auburn. I'm actually a little bit nervous about this game for Auburn against Louisville. Again, Louisville should not be an 8 seed. That's a 5. That's a 4 seed. Don't know, even a 3 seed if you wanted to even go even deeper. I don't know why Louisville is an 8. That's a really tough matchup for Auburn. Texas A&M, they struggle at beating the fast break. They struggle at beating the press. They really do. They are a turnover machine if you get them sped up a little bit. If Taylor gets in foul trouble, if Phelps gets in foul trouble, this is a team who will not be able to handle the ball. I'm going to take UC to advance one more time. Iowa State rolls in that one. Michigan State rolls in this one. I think Michigan State's the best team in the country. I said it before. I hadn't said it again. Florida's number 2 on that list for me. Maryland's going to advance. Grab 5. I love Grab 5. They will advance against Memphis. Texas Tech, got to support the Big 12. Arkansas against St. John's. Sorry, Cal. Rick gets you in this one. Duke against Mississippi State. Going Duke. Tough game here. Battle of the Bigs down low with Biddle and Ballo. Arizona and Oregon. Caleb Love game. He's going to go 5 of 22. and he's going to have 21 points. That's going to be a Caleb Love special. VCU against Wisconsin, basically the same team a couple years ago. Now it's Wisconsin relying on the three-point shot. Once again, VCU will not let you shoot threes. VCU is going to be the second team, second high seed that I have winning 2 games. Vanderbilt against Bama. I would love to take Vanderbilt. I would just love it. But if we're going off of numbers, Alabama is more consistent at shooting than Vanderbilt. Alabama is going to win this game against Vanderbilt. Alabama advanced at Houston. Gonzaga, if Jawan Roberts does not play, which is very possible, he had a very, very serious ankle injury. If he does not play, I think Gonzaga wins easy. If he does play, I think Gonzaga still wins. I think Gonzaga is severely underrated. They have a horrible seed here. They should be higher than this. I understand St. Mary's beat them twice this season, but Gonzaga stomped on St. Mary's in that championship game. They're playing their best basketball. They have the leading assist man in the country. They have great big play down low. They have great transfers in battle. Where'd Khalif Battle come from? Georgia? Doesn't matter. This is a good team in Gonzaga. They're going to make it a far way. 12 against 13, McNeese. They continue to roll. Illinois against Kentucky. I'm taking Illinois, Kentucky. Too inconsistent on the defensive side. If Illinois hits 4, 5, 6, 7 threes, they win that game against Kentucky. UCLA against Tennessee. Sorry, Nick. You will not be advancing one more time. I'm going to take Auburn here in the 12th seed. They get a lucky draw going up against UC. Michigan State beats Iowa State in a close game, very physical game, low-scoring game if that does happen. Florida and Maryland. I'd love to take Maryland, but Florida's rolling. I think Florida's the second or first best team in the country right now, over Michigan State maybe. But Michigan State's been my pick for the last 2 weeks. I'm going to roll with Michigan State. Florida beats Maryland. Tough to see my Terps go down like that, but starting 5 can only get you so far. St. John's against Texas Tech. Rick gives us one more. Rick Pitino gives us one more. St. John's from the outside, horrible three-point shooting team. They give us one more there. Duke against Arizona, closer than people think. Duke wins that one. Bama, they're just too fast. VCU, I love them. I love VCU, but going against like Wisconsin, wait. Are you sure you want to leave? Your changes have been saved. No. VCU against Wisconsin. Wisconsin's not Alabama. Alabama's the best scoring team in the country. Only so much defense you can do for the VCU. So I'm going to take Bama there to win that. Gonzaga against McNeese. Gonzaga takes it. Illinois against Tennessee. We're going to go with Tennessee in that one. Auburn against Michigan State. Honestly, if Auburn was playing like a 5 or 6 seed early, I think I would take the 5 or 6 seed. Auburn's not playing good basketball. I don't know if you guys have been watching Auburn over the last 5, 6 games. I mean, they're playing decent, but they're not playing up to Auburn standards. They're not playing up to the number 1 seed overall. I'm going to take Michigan State to win that one. Florida against St. John's. Florida gets them. That's going to be tough. Duke, Alabama. Cooper Flagg healthy? Duke. Cooper Flagg not healthy? Probably Bama. Cooper Flagg will be healthy by then. Give me Duke. Gonzaga against Tennessee. Run-ins for Gonzaga. It just does. Chaz Lanier, too good of a scorer. Zakai Ziegler, too good of a point guard. Tennessee, too physical for Gonzaga. Tennessee wins. Florida against Michigan State. These are the 2 teams I wanted to see in the championship game. Tough. They play each other. I will get going with Michigan State because I've been doing it the entire time. Duke and Tennessee. Tennessee wins. Sorry, Duke. Tennessee going to win that game. Michigan State against Tennessee. I'm going to take Michigan State as the winner this season in March Madness. So hopefully I give you a little bit of something to look at. I'm going to take Michigan State to win it all. I'm going to take a future on Michigan State to win it all on Wednesday night. You'll see that on the FanDuel side. But, guys, it's going to do it for the NCAA basketball picks and props for Tuesday, March 18th, slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please just drop a like this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.